Lisa. In this video, I'd just like to answer a question that I got on my Venus Angelic video about chicken nuggets, and it's by a teenager who has trouble staying vegetarian or vegan, and I'll share with you what she said, and then I'll share with her and my viewers my advice. She said, I try to be vegetarian, but usually it only lasts a day out of a week. I just get too hungry and feel like I'm starving, and at this time it's hard for me not to eat out because of my schedule. I go to school and usually have some mixed fruit in the morning because it's very quick and I'm not that hungry in the morning. I can't take lunch with me to school because it wouldn't taste good by lunchtime. So then I go out and order a sandwich. I've tried with no meat, fill it with vegetables, and it's fine. But by the time I get home again at about 7, I'm starving again. I just usually do homework and get ready for bed and don't really feel like eating then, so I will snack on more fruit and nuts. And I try drinking water throughout the day, but it just doesn't cut it for me. I end up going to bed hungry, and by the next day I feel like if I don't get meat, I will pass out. I think maybe I will try that Bonny brand if it's quick and can help me to feel full. Is there anything else you can recommend for me? If you can recommend anything I could just get by and eat straight away that could keep me full, that would be great. Or I guess very little preparation, but that's much less realistic for me, which is the problem. If I could go back to high school and redo my high school days as a vegan, this is what I would do. So for breakfast, I actually used to eat only fruit as well, and I would be really hungry by lunchtime, and I wasn't vegan back then, so I would just eat whatever I wanted. But I wouldn't actually eat that much at school now that I look back at it. Like, I thought I was just eating like everyone else, but it was just a little bit compared to now. And I would come home from school and be really hungry, and I would have meat pies and chicken nuggets and all the really filling fatty stuff from the freezer that I would bake in the oven so that it'd be ready for me when I get back from school. And that is how I would feed myself when I was a teenager. I found that I would snack a lot on chocolate and chips because I just wasn't eating enough during my meal times. And I look back at that now and realize that that was the mistake I was making, and that's a mistake that a lot of people make when they go vegan, or even when they go on any diet. They just don't eat enough, and so then they fall off that diet. So of course being vegan is not a diet but a lifestyle, and there's ethical factors. So I think even before you take the advice that I give you, I'd say to watch documentaries like Cowspiracy, Earthlings, Forks Over Knives, those top 3 films. And then if you don't have that much time, I would recommend the short film Farm to Fridge. So at least watch that, and so you know the ethical side of not eating meat, and it'll make you much more determined to get the alternatives. So I did mention in that chicken nugget video that Bonny is a good brand for chicken nuggets if you like that flavor, and if you really feel like you need that meaty texture in your meals. But I think that if you just fill up on carbohydrates and starchy foods and fruit during the day and eat a lot of it, you won't feel hungry by the end of the day. So for breakfast, I would eat a large smoothie. So it's really easy to make a large smoothie that you can take with you to school, even if you put it in a jar with a straw, and you can sip it as you go to school, or even make a big Datorade. So a Datorade is like 20 dates blended up with 2 liters of water, and you can put that in a water bottle and you can drink that during your morning so that you're filling up your body with carbohydrates, and you won't feel hungry. Well, you won't feel so hungry by lunchtime that you'll just get anything to eat. But I would say that for lunch, try to bring something. So you said that it wouldn't taste good by the time it's lunchtime, but it depends what you're bringing. So if it's really hot where you are, then maybe your food could go bad more quickly, but you could fix that by putting your lunch in a cooler bag and putting like a small drink bottle with ice in it, and that can help to keep your food cool and fresh. So try to bring a sandwich, even something really simple like a jam sandwich or a peanut butter sandwich if you don't mind eating more fats. So sandwiches are so easy. If you just put a spread on it, you can put any kind of spread that you want, but jam and peanut butter are the easiest ones and the quickest things. If you're Australian, you might like Vegemite, but that's an acquired taste. But Vegemite's also really high in sodium, so I would recommend something like jam if you want to make a sandwich, or salad. So it's always good to prepare your food the night before, because I know when you go to school the next day, you don't feel like prepping your food early in the morning and getting up extra early. So I would prep the meals beforehand and then bring it to school. And there's two channels that I would recommend for lunch ideas, and they are Cheap Lazy Vegan. She does meal prep videos where she shows how she preps her meals for the week, and I think that would be really useful for you because meal prepping can save a lot of time and planning. So you do plan ahead of the week and put all your food in containers, so then you just take it out of the fridge and warm it up or consume it. And then the other channel that I recommend is Bonny Rebecca, because she recently put out a video of lunch ideas for school, and I thought this would be perfect for you because you're looking for ideas and how to stay full. And those ideas include things like hummus wraps. She makes pasta salads, rice, baked sweet potatoes. These are all excellent ideas and really quick as well, as long as you're doing these things ahead of time. And once you get used to doing these things, it won't feel like so much work. So if you're not used to cooking at all, it will feel like you are putting in some extra effort, but it is worth it in the end because you're saving your health and you're saving the animals and you're saving the planet by making this little step extra to go vegan. And well, actually it's a big step, so I congratulate you if you follow through on this advice. And as for some other things that you can take to school for snacks, you can take rice cakes. Rice cakes are these circle crunchy things. I can't really explain, but hopefully you know what they are. And you can also put a spread on them like peanut butter or jam. So you can use them like bread, but they're just more crunchy. You could take crackers, and you said that you consume mixed fruit. I would just consume more of that. So fill up a big container full of mixed fruit and bring a fork, and you can eat that for your morning snack or even for lunch if that fills you up enough. Or bring a paper bag full of bananas. So bring at least 5 bananas to school along with your lunch, and you won't feel hungry if you're consuming those bananas. There's also oats that you can make in the morning. That's really quick. It only takes 5 minutes to make oats. Even if they're rolled oats, you just boil them in water until they're soft. You can add sugar, add frozen blueberries, and you've got a meal for yourself. And if you don't have time to eat it before school, just pack it into a heat-proof container and take it to school, and you can eat it warm or you can eat it cold. It doesn't really matter. So those are some ideas for breakfast and lunch. And as for dinner, you can make rice or pasta ahead of time. These are really simple things. For pasta, you just cook it according to the packet instructions, or the rice, you do it in a rice cooker. Then to the pasta, you can add pasta sauce that's already in a bottle. To that, you can add some fresh cut tomatoes or even some frozen veggies. And you've got a meal right there that's really filling. And for the rice, you could add soy sauce and some steamed veggies, and you've got a really quick meal there. And if you really run out of time, then you could have some ramen noodles. So there's these instant noodles packets that are normally not really healthy if you use the packet inside it, but if you can just make the noodles themselves and season it with some veggie stock powder and add some other mixed veggies from the freezer to it, then it's much healthier and it's a really quick meal for you. So those are the kinds of things that I would do if I was back at school and didn't have that much time to cook or prep my food. I would definitely plan ahead as much as I could, but then for those days where I run out of food or I run out of ideas, I'll just probably go back to the ramen noodles or the sandwiches with the jam or the cut up fruit or the bananas or the dates. So there's always a blackout. There's always a backup plan for being a vegan, and I think if you can learn to cook and meal prep a bit, it'll help you in the long run, and these are skills that you'll carry on for the rest of your life. It's not just applicable to being a teenager. And one more tip that I thought of is you could bake some banana bread muffins ahead of time. So maybe learn to bake some brownies or some muffins, like low fat, high carb, oil free muffins or banana bread, and you can keep these in the fridge and take them out when you want to snack on them. So yeah, hope that helped, and if any of my viewers have any other ideas to share, then just say so in the comments. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye.